The horrifying true story of a serial killer's abductions and the thread that binds his adolescent victims together is the subject of this riveting film. The Black Phone is a chilling voyage into the depths of terror and resilience, with amazing performances and a commanding atmosphere. Can we trust Ethan Hawke's portrayal of the grabber, or does his sinister demeanor mask something more nuanced and intriguing? Adapted from Joe Hill's short novel of the same name, The Black Phone recounts the chilling tale of the grabber, a serial killer who abducts teenage boys in broad daylight and never releases them. After Finney becomes the next captive, he finds himself confined in an underground soundproof room. Surprisingly, calls from the previous victims of the grabber start coming in on a landline that has been unplugged. The film has a retro style that takes us down memory lane, reminding us of striped baby shirts, flared trousers, and the Ramones, bringing back the good old days. The screen is awash in warm tones of brown and orange, like a painting straight out of the old master's workshop. The film grain dances across the scene, adding a touch of nostalgia and charm. The filtered light casts a gentle glow, as if the sun itself is peeking through a curtain of clouds. But Derrickson's horror has tainted the perfect 1970s suburbia. The scene is as dull as dishwater, but it's a whole new ballgame when you see the blood red and the police lights shining like a beacon. It really takes the shock factor up a notch. The basement wears its battle scars proudly, with brushstrokes of rust and blood, creating a vivid masterpiece that tells a tale of untamed fury. During the groovy 70s music sequences, a bassy resonant score is played, giving the listener the sensation of hearing it straight from the horse's mouth. The opening credits of the film cut between nostalgic B-roll footage, painting a picture-perfect suburban childhood scene with popsicles, baseball games, and vibrant streets, and the disconcerting sight of bleeding knees and stacks of missing persons posters, throwing a wrench into the idyllic facade. The visual and conceptual contrast between peace and violence is effective. Shy Finney and his fiery sister Gwen return home to flee their harsh alcoholic father after school bullying. The film's running gag is "He'll look after Dad" when Finney stays home while his sister visits a friend. Gwen leads the police inquiry. The killer's victims speak to Finney. Sons look after fathers. Siblings raise each other. While school staff is away, youngsters fight bullies. Finally, the killer is surprised. The Black Phone proves the universality of a child-to-child support system in the absence of trustworthy adults. Derrickson and Cargill weave a complex multi-level story, repeatedly exploring themes of abuse, trauma, and the connection between young individuals, in order to enhance the horror elements. Personality flipping is a characteristic of Hawke's grabber. His fake cheer is accompanied by active movements and a shrill voice. The text is disturbingly infantile, as it links itself to the idea of age regression resulting from trauma. It also contrasts with the youngsters' utilization of adult vulgarity and sophistication in their speech. However, Finney finds himself at the mercy of a complete transformation after the Harlequin act comes to an end. A husky, deep voice emerges, accompanied by an unforgiving and hostile demeanor. Hawke is able to showcase his acting chops and range in these roles. His villainy possesses a dynamic nature and proves to be challenging to predict. He walks the fine line between vivacious youth and depravity with ease. His acting is characterized by rapid transitions and the subtle movements of his eyes, as he is seen throughout the film with half of his face concealed by a mask. Hawke's emotive dramatic acting, which has made him famous, is naturally suited for a villainous role, and he achieved significant success in it despite initially being reluctant. While Hawke's presence is unsettling, the young actors truly bring depth to The Black Phone. Thames and McGraw demonstrate their skill in managing various emotions. The young joy and adolescent comedy are tinged with fear, rage, desperation, and fury. Given that The Black Phone focuses on teenagers, the comedy is portrayed in an organic manner. Both Thames and McGraw get their time in the spotlight, and they don't waste any time in tearing down the emotional gap the screen provides between them. But in the quieter moments when they are together, the strength of their sibling bond in the midst of abuse and hardship really shines through. The Black Phone is a captivating story that disguises itself as a semi-paranormal serial killer thriller, exploring themes of friendship and perseverance. The Black Phone successfully captures its fundamental features and allows its intricacies to shine, thanks to the emotive performances exhibited by the entire cast and the commanding atmosphere it creates. Although character growth takes precedence over gore in this picture, horror fans will not be disappointed. Instead, the tension expertly produced by the film causes one's knees to go weak and teeth to start chattering due to the emotional investment in Finney. What are your thoughts on the storyline? Do let us know your opinions in the comments below.